Welcome back. We are on lesson 199, A Course in Miracles today. I am not a body, I am free. Freedom must be impossible as long as you perceive a body as yourself. The body is a limit. Who would seek for freedom in a body looks for it where it cannot be found. The mind can be made free when it no longer sees itself as in a body, firmly tied to it and sheltered by its presence. If this were the truth, the mind would be vulnerable indeed. The mind that serves the Holy Spirit is unlimited forever, in all ways, beyond the laws of time and space, unbound by any preconceptions, and with strength and power to do whatever it is asked. Attack thoughts cannot enter such a mind because it has been given to the source of love, and fear can never enter in a mind that has attached itself to love. It rests in God. And who can be afraid who lives in innocence and only loves? It is essential for your progress in this course that you accept today's idea and hold it very dear. Be not concerned that to the ego it is quite insane. The ego holds the body dear because it dwells in it and lives united with the home that it has made. It is part of the illusion that has sheltered it from being found illusory itself. Here does it hide, and here it can be seen as what it is. Declare your innocence, and you are free. The body disappears because you have no need of it except what the Holy Spirit sees. For this, the body will appear as a useful form for what the mind must do. It thus becomes a vehicle which helps forgiveness be extended to the all-inclusive goal that it must reach, according to God's plan. Cherish today's idea and practice it today and every day. Make it a part of every practice period you take. There is no thought that will not gain thereby in power to help the world, and none which will not gain in added gifts to you as well. We sound the call of freedom round the world with this idea. And would you be exempt from the acceptance of the gifts you give? The Holy Spirit is the home of minds that seek for freedom. In him they have found what they have sought. The body's purpose is now unambiguous, and it becomes perfect in the ability to serve an undivided goal. In conflict-free and unequivocal response to mind with but the thought of freedom as its goal, the body serves and serves its purpose well. Without the power to enslave, it is a worthy servant of the freedom which the mind within the Holy Spirit seeks. Be free today and carry freedom as your gift to those who still believe they are enslaved within a body. Be you free so that the Holy Spirit can make use of your escape from bondage to set free the many who perceive themselves as bound and helpless and afraid. Let love replace their fears through you. Accept salvation now and give your mind to him who calls you to make this gift to him. For he would give you perfect freedom, perfect joy, and hope that finds its full accomplishment in God. You are God's son. In immortality, you live forever. Would you not return your mind to this? Then practice well the thought the Holy Spirit gives you for today. Your brothers stand released with you in it. The world is blessed along with you. God's Son will weep no more, and heaven offers thanks for the increase of joy your practice brings even to it. And God himself extends his love and happiness each time you say, I am not a body, I am free. I hear the voice that God has given me, and it is only this my mind obeys. That is the end of lesson 199. I am not a body, I am free. Just going to read that last affirmation one more time. I am not a body, I am free. I hear the voice that God has given me, and it is only this only this my mind obeys. As I'm reading this morning, the thought that comes to me is those moments in my life when I have felt incredibly small. And so I have stood at the edge of a a forest, if you will, or at the edge of the ocean, a body of water, anywhere where I can look out onto nature and perceive the absolute tininess in this world that my body contains. My body is a gnat on the surface of life. And there is so much immense form in this world that it can be very disempowering if we look at ourselves as a body. When I go to those places and I look out and I see the connectedness that I am with all that is, when I realize that I am my mind and that my mind is not my body and it is not contained in my body, my mind is so much more, I become a part of the expansiveness that I'm looking at. And that is polar opposite. It is incredibly empowering to realize that you are a part of the ocean that connects all the lands, to realize that you are a part of the oxygen that feeds all this world is incredibly powerful. But if you believe that you are nothing more than a speck on the face of the earth, it is very disempowering. And that is why we become so defensive, so attacking, because we feel like we have to fight for the little space that we are in. Stephen Hawking, to me, and I know I say this a lot, but I was a young CNA and I worked in a nursing home, and I saw several people who were in that state where they could no longer truly communicate traditionally, if you will, in conventional ways with their body. And so many years ago, they were talked over, they were talked about, but they were not really included because we did not believe that they were there anymore. And Stephen Hawking showed us that he was not his body. He is not his body. And the things that he did with a body that appeared to be non-functional, if you will, are astonishing. And if we can remember that it does not matter what happens to our body, we watch veterans, we watch people who survive horrific accidents and lose parts of the physical body, but it does not change the amazing being that they are. That is the truth of who we are. We are so much more than these physical bodies. These bodies are the vehicles that we walk around in. And while we need to tend to the maintenance of the body to the best of our abilities, we need to remember that we do not need to identify as the bodies that we are looking at. Now let's look at what Tina Spalding channeled in this. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. That was the lesson I taught on the crucifixion day. I am not a body. I am free. The laws of this world do not bind me, and neither do they bind you if you understand them and practice love and forgiveness. This is the qualifier. You must align yourself with truth, not the untruth that the evidence of the body provides you. The body says you are separate. The body says you are alone. The body says you die. The body says you feel pain. The body is the ego's ultimate weapon. Do not focus on the body. Focus on the mind. When you train the mind, pursue love, and relinquish attack thoughts, your body takes care of itself because it thrives at the frequency you will hold. When you focus on the body and make it the giver and getter of everything you want, you become very fearful. Many of you notice that you feel worse when you try to mold and shape the body through diet and exercise, or even just by judging the body. You feel less loving towards yourself. You feel more controlling, fearful, and materialistic. That happens because you are focusing on the least loving aspect of your experience here, which is the ego-driven body. The body, in and of itself, is a neutral object. When the ego uses it as a bait, such as a material for war, it becomes a very unloving thing. When you choose to pursue love and you do not focus on the body, but on your creativity and your ability to extend your qualities of charisma, kindness, and generosity, the body becomes a useful tool. This is what we seek through this lesson for you to understand. The only valid use the body has is as a tool to take you home to love. It does not do this through its use as a sexual object or an object of beauty, but through its use as a tool designed to take you on a journey through your own consciousness. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you again tomorrow. A journey through your own consciousness. What an amazing understanding to have. This is the vehicle we have chosen to journey through this lifetime, and it is here to help us navigate through the lessons that we have chosen to come into. We are not the bodies, we are not the vehicles, just as I am not the car I drive. I am not the vehicle I walk around in. And so what we see is that essence and that life force through the body that we have chosen. If you have ever seen a body after someone has crossed over to the other side, you will see that it is completely different. It is not the same thing as when that person inhabited that body. It's because the essence of who we are, while it remains, has been removed from this cage and it has gone on to different things. And the body truly becomes that neutral thing again. Have a wonderful day. Remember that you are not a body. You are so, so much more. You are a part of infinity. And we'll see each other again tomorrow. Bye.